everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm switching it up a little bit and not posting a super teacher related video because I haven't really been teaching. Obviously, as you guys probably know why, but I figured that this month I would go ahead and share with you guys some of the things that I really enjoyed this month. I spent most of this month at home, not teaching, not at school, and kind of refiguring out my daily routines and life and the new normal, if you will. So I have kind of discovered a bunch of new things that I enjoy doing, things that I really loved using, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first couple things that I have are actually like makeup related things, and the first two things are from the brand Mary Kay. And this is kind of funny to me because I always looked at Mary Kay kind of as one of those like older lady brands, you know, that it wasn't something that like kids use. And I know I'm not a kid anymore, but I'm also only in my 20s, so it wasn't something I ever really explored before. But back in maybe September, October, I went to a Mary Kay party. I actually became a Mary Kay consultant because I loved their products that much, and I do have the ability to sell them, but I do also have some products that I use on the daily myself, because now that I'm not really going anywhere, there's no need to put on like this full face of makeup. So I've been using these two products because they are very just light coverage but also make you feel a little bit better and more put together kind of products. The first one is a Mary Kay CC cream, and this is in the color light to medium. Like I said, this is a CC cream and this has sunscreen in it, which is awesome. It has SPF 15, but this has such a perfect coverage. I literally just apply this on with my fingers because I use it a little bit as a moisturizer as well as just to put a little bit of coverage over my skin and just make it look a little bit more blended. And this stuff is awesome for that because I'm not going anywhere. I don't want any heavy makeup on, but this adds the perfect amount of coverage but still doesn't make me feel like I have so much stuff on my face. And then another product from them that I've been using all the time, and I actually normally wear this at school as well. This is the foundation, the Time Wise Matte Wear Liquid Foundation, and I'm in the color Ivory 6. And this foundation, it feels a lot like the CC cream. It's very, very light. It doesn't look like you're wearing a lot of makeup, and I like it a lot. It's oil-free, which is awesome for my skin, and it's also suitable for sensitive skin, which is great because I do have sensitive skin. And I know you're not supposed to sleep in foundation, but just as an example, every other time that I've slept in a foundation overnight, like I wake up in the morning and I either can feel a pimple coming on or I've already broken out. When I sleep with this on, which is not good, and I normally don't, but if I do sleep with this on, I wake up and my skin still was able to breathe, and like I don't have pimples or anything. I don't break out from it, which is really cool. So those are two products that I really have been loving just because I'm not leaving the house and I'm just kind of hanging out around here, but putting makeup on does still make me feel good and make me feel a little more productive. All right, so the next beauty product that I have is a setting spray, and this is really dirty, so I'm sorry for that. But this is something that I recently just discovered this month, and I am obsessed with it. I've been using the Black Morphe setting spray for quite a few months now, and I absolutely love it. And I went back recently to go get a new setting spray, the black one, and I walked in and I was like, wait a second, what is this? And there was a white one, and so I picked it up, and it is the mattifying continuous setting spray. This stuff is awesome, like so awesome. First of all, I love the way it smells. I think it smells so much better than the black one. Second of all, maybe it's just this specific bottle that I've gotten, but I really think that this sprays so much better than the black one. Like it really does have such a nice coverage of spray. Like it's a wide, I don't even know what you call it, like span that it sprays when you press the button down, which is just really nice because you get your whole face at once. And it is definitely mattifying. I typically have pretty oily skin to begin with, so I like to kind of put a matte finish over my makeup so that it doesn't, I don't want to be like super dewy all the time. So putting this on top has made all the difference, and I love it so much. I believe that they're about the same price, and Ulta sells them. So if you're looking for them, that's where to get it. All right, up next I have a book to share with you guys because I have started reading. This sounds really funny because I am a teacher, so everyone just automatically assumes that I love to read. I'm gonna be honest, I really cannot tell you the last time that I, for fun, read a book, like an adult book. I read kids' books all day, every day, but like a chapter book for an adult, it just doesn't happen. I just don't, it's not something that I ever think to do, and it really does take a lot for me to get into a book to like continue reading it and want to read it. So it's been really hard, but I have made a point this break to start reading. And so the first book that I started reading, which is probably like, oh my gosh, you're so behind, but honestly I'm gonna share it anyway, is the book Girl Wash Your Face, which I feel like so many people have already talked about. So many people have loved this book, and that's why I got it, because I heard such good things about it. But in case you have not heard about it, this is by Rachel Hollis. It's called Girl Wash Your Face, and it's just a really good like inspirational book about becoming, you know, stronger and confident and, you know, just doing you. And so I've loved it, and just in general though, I've actually enjoyed reading because it's calming. It takes my mind off of things. It's been nice to have this to read, and from here on out, libraries are closed, so I can't go get new books that way. And I like physical books, but the good news is there are still ebooks and audiobooks and that kind of stuff. So if you are trying to pick up a new hobby of reading, check those out as well, because I know it's so hard without libraries, but luckily there are other ways and resources to still get access to books that we have online, so that's really awesome too. Something else that I've really been loving this month, and this is just a big generalization, are podcasts. I have really gotten into podcasts, and some of my favorites are, if you watch Gretchen Garrity on YouTube or follow her on Instagram, she has a podcast called Happy Hour, and it's so cute. I just think she's such an inspiring person, and she always has such motivating things to say. She's very uplifting, and so I love listening to hers. And I've also really been loving Bianca Franco's podcast that she does with her boyfriend, or now, sorry, fiance, Colin, and they're just really inspirational. They're all about like health and just having a healthy overall lifestyle. And so those kinds of things I've really been loving. I've definitely tried to look for some good teacher ones. I'm still in the process of actually finding ones that I really like that are educational and like good for ideas in your classroom. And so if you have any podcasts that you like that are educational or, you know, like for teachers, let me know, because I would love to check them out. I just haven't quite found any that I absolutely can say that I love. So I'm still on the lookout for those. But podcasts have been a great way to just pass the time. Instead of listening to music all the time, just put one of those on, and like I'll be doing work or packing and I put a podcast on in the background, and it's relaxing. Or sometimes I'll even just go for a drive and put a podcast on. Okay, so last but not least, I have a workout band that I've really been loving. And just in general, this month, now that I'm in home, I've really tried to start making a routine of myself to get up in the morning and work out. My gym is closed. Gyms are closed all over the country, so that is no longer an option, but I didn't want that to mean that I'm just going to sit here. Being in quarantine, it's so easy to be less active than ever. The weather hasn't been super nice here, so it's hard to get outside and do stuff. It's just been a task trying to figure this out. But I didn't want that to just overall ruin like my mindset that I had going with working out. So I just kind of adapted some things, and no, they're not perfect yet, but I'm working on it. So every morning I get up in the morning and I try to do a workout and like strength training, and then later on in the day, as it gets a little bit warmer, I will go for a walk or a run or something outside if I can. But one thing that I did purchase that I've really been loving that's helped a lot, because I don't have machinery here that I'm used to using for my strength training, is a band called a physics band. So this is the bag that it came in. I got this off of Amazon. It was super cheap, like maybe less than $10. And so it comes in this bag. It's called Physics Gear, is I think maybe the brand. But it comes with this super long exercise band. So on the band, it has a weight range of 10 to 25 pounds. Can you see that? Oh my gosh, ignore my nails. We're gonna pause for a second because I actually really need some help. What I could really use are some recommendations on how to dip powder your own nails, because if I take this off, my nails are gonna be so brittle and so weak, and I just hate the feeling of having natural nails. But these are getting too long and they're breaking. So if you have any recommendations for like good dip powders on Amazon or something, please let me know, because your girl really needs some help. I was doing so well literally until like this weekend. They all started breaking and chipping and stuff, and then they're just like sharp and pointy, and they're just not working right now. So anyway, this band, like I was saying, is 10 to 25 pounds. So it is like a resistance band, but it really helps with that weight. It adds like a lot of extra weight to your workouts. And so since I don't have the machinery that I'm used to using at my gym, buying one of these bands has been really helpful. I can step on it, I can just use my arms and pull it, I can like hang it off of things and pull. There's lots of different ways you can use it. I have a set of these bands. I just brought one to show you. They're from Amazon too. If I can find them, I will link them down below. But they come in different strengths. So like this is the medium strength that I have. It goes from light all the way up to, I think, very hard is what the last one says. But I use these like for little things. But it's nice to have one of these long bands because it adds a lot more resistance, and that you can do different exercises with them that you can't do with these. So between the bands and like some free weights, I've been creating my own little gym, and it's actually been working out pretty well. So I've been liking that, and I just think that it's good to keep myself in one of those routines, because it's so easy to just feel like blah during this whole time, and that's one thing that I'm really trying to avoid. And also it's keeping me in a routine, which I hope I will stick with, and then when things start to get a little bit better, this will help me transition easier back into the gym or wherever I decide to continue working out. Alright you guys, that is it for my March favorites that I have to share with you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any recommendations for things like hobbies that you're doing during quarantine, or different products that you're trying out, let me know, because I am all open to new ideas right now with you know, needing things to do. So let me know, and also if you have any ideas for nail tips, please help me out. I would truly appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.